Добрий ранок. Мене звати Ганна Довбах, і ми колись, так само як зараз, 18 років тому відкривали першу ЛГБТ-конференцію, і тоді ми приймали дуже непрості рішення. І знаєте, що ми обговорювали? Чи варто робити камін-аут? Найбільша гризня між всіма, тому що в камін-ауті на той момент публічно було так. От я згадую. І тоді була лайма
18 years ago, we had the main challenge whether to do coming out, and there had been few precedents, let's say. My name is Hanna Dobach. In Brussels, I am more than in Kiev. I do policy and communicate with the European bodies or EU bodies for human rights advocacy. It's great to see some people I don't know, and this hour has been our goal not to segregate homosexual people, LGBTQ people, and to have at least 40% of new people. So I would like to greet all of you here, and I am very happy to face you opening this conference. But we will start it first of all with the people who made it possible for us to discuss human rights in Ukraine in the Ukrainian language and be in this basement, but relatively comfortable, warm and cozy. So I would like you to stand up and dedicate a moment of silence in love and memory of all those who perished in this terrible war. Glory to Ukraine. And let us start with the greetings from international guests, and we'll start from Thailand. And Eamon Murphy is in Bangkok, but we have a pre-recorded message from him. Eamon Murphy, Director of Regional Team of UN.
Dear friends, dear colleagues, thank you for gathering today. I was with you in person last year, and I wish I was there today with you. Thank you for continuing to create a space where truth can be spoken openly, safely, and with dignity. We meet at a time when many of the hard-won achievements of recent decades are under severe pressure. Across the world, we see a rise in anti-rights movements, shrinking civic space, and new attempts to silence communities that have fought for equality, for justice, for visibility, for the right to be ourselves. At the same time, international financial support for human rights and HIV responses is decreasing. You know that, that's happening in Ukraine and elsewhere across the world, not just our region, leaving community organizations to carry on even more weight with fewer resources. And it was the community organizations who first felt this impact of the reduction in funding. We've just seen the Global Fund replenishment. We'll see what comes out of that. Again, we're not moving into a more positive environment. But despite all these challenges, what continues to inspire me is the strength of this community, your community, our community, the resilience of activists who keep showing up no matter what the challenges, the organizations that are continuing to provide services, you, the individuals who refuse to give up your voice or your hope. Your work is not only essential for the HIV response, it is essential for democracy, for human rights, and for the future we all want to live in, and we want to see our family and friends live in, into the future. So as you meet over the next days to share the experiences, to plan, to support one another, which is critically important at this time for you, I want you to know this clearly. We in UNAIDS stand with you. We are side by side. We continue to advocate, to convene, to amplify your voices where appropriate. We will continue to support you, not only in the moments of crisis, but every day, as long as we are needed. So thank you again for everything you're doing, the fight that you continue, the push for change, and the successes that you're achieving in Ukraine. So I wish you a powerful, productive, and inspiring conference. And I look forward to hearing outcomes from my colleagues in country. Thank you very much.
Дякуємо, Еймону. І зараз для відкриття я
And now for a greeting speech, I would like to invite Vitika Daniels from Mercy Corps, Ukraine. It will be in English, delivered in English. So pick up your headsets, those who need interpretation.
My name is Vitika Daniels, and I work with Mercy Corps in Ukraine. And it's my honor here to speak at the 18th National Conference for LGBTQI+, a space that has become not only gathering of experts and advocates, but a place where courage, evidence, and hope meet. Every year, this room reminds the country and the international community that dignity is not a privilege to be negotiated, but a right to be guaranteed. We meet at a time when Ukraine is fighting for survival, sovereignty, and its place in Europe. In that struggle, equality for LGBTQ+ people is not a secondary issue. It's part of the very definition of the free and democratic Ukraine that people defend on the front line. When 72% of Ukrainians now say LGBTQ+ people should have the same rights as everyone else, that is not just a statistic. It's a mandate from society. It is proof that equality is not imported from outside. It is built from within. Yet progress remains fragile. Bills and laws to protect LGBTQ+ people from hate crimes and laws to recognize same-sex partnerships stand close to reality, but remain stalled. Behind each delay are families who cannot make medical decisions for each other, soldiers whose partners cannot receive support, real people facing violence without legal protection. We cannot accept that. Your work proves advocacy is strongest when rooted in community care, shelters for queer IDPs, mental health support, safe spaces, outreach to the most isolated, and economic resilience initiatives that protect livelihoods and dignity. This is not just service delivery. It is nation building. As a partner, we say clearly, we are here not only to fund activities, but to stand with you. We will keep supporting access to safe spaces, livelihoods, mental health services, and full recognition of LGBTQ+ individuals and families under the law. Inclusion is not optional in Ukraine's recovery. It is foundational. So to everyone here, thank you for your courage and your persistence. You are reshaping systems, saving lives, and ensuring that together we build a Ukraine in which every person belongs. We are proud to be with you on this journey and wish you an inspiring and fruitful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Вітаке. Thank you very much. And, велика відповідальність не тільки надавати допомогу своїм, а ще й будувати націю і відповідати за всю демократію в країні.
Help your community, but also be responsible for the whole nation and democracy in Europe and wider. We also have Fenella Hansen-Hovet, from Danish.
Everyone, as mentioned, my name is Fenella, and I represent the Danish Refugee Council here in Ukraine. It's a real honor to be here today and to really contribute to the vital conversation about the rights, safety, and dignity of the LGBTIQ+ community in Ukraine. At DRC, our work is rooted in the fundamental belief that every person, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, or variance in sex characteristics, life experience, or circumstance, is entitled to equality, protection, and full respect of their human rights. Inclusivity is not simply a value we uphold. It is a core principle of a rights-based and accountable humanitarian response. We believe that societies are the strongest when each individual can live freely, safely, authentically, and when dignity and equality and respect for all are guaranteed. For LGBTIQ+ people in Ukraine, vulnerability is not shaped only by the direct consequences of war, such as displacement, loss of housing, and proximity to hostilities, but is also structural barriers, such as the absence of legal recognition, stigma and systematic discrimination, limited or unequal access to essential services, barriers within the healthcare system, and insufficient legal and social safeguards. Together, these factors create accumulated vulnerability where conflict-related risks intersect with long-standing barriers and inequalities. This is why supporting the LGBTIQ+ community within the humanitarian response requires particular attention, sensitivity, and consistency. At DRC, we work to ensure that every person can access assistance, safety, and opportunities, regardless of who they are. Participating in events such as this conference enables us to better understand the needs of LGBTIQ+ people, co-create solutions, and strengthen the principles of equality and non-discrimination across the humanitarian sector. The partnership we have between DRC and Alliance Global has become a vital component of efforts to support LGBTIQ+ people during the war in Ukraine. Through this partnership, we support Alliance Global's work in developing safe, inclusive, and community-focused assistance. This includes protection and case management for survivors of gender-based violence, to establishing safe spaces and community hubs in Kharkiv, Dnipro, and Lviv. This includes the operation of an LGBTIQ+ shelter in Dnipro, provision of online and offline psychosocial support, raising awareness of available services and rights, and training other humanitarian organizations on inclusive approaches and safe communication. Our partnership with Alliance Global ensures that LGBTIQ+ people, particularly those living near frontline areas or who are displaced from their homes, receive protection, access to services, and a space where their dignity and safety come first. Together, we are working to ensure that inclusion, support, and equality are not only aspirations for today, but realities for the future. Once again, I would really like to thank you for the opportunity to be here today and for the vital work that you're all doing. The slogan of this conference, forged by struggle, united by freedom, reminds us all that we work together, we can be stronger, and that the LGBTIQ+ community is an integral part of our society. As Whitaker mentioned, I wish everyone a really engaging, productive, and inspiring conference, and one that strengthens solidarity, deepens understanding, and brings us closer to a more inclusive and equitable future for everyone. Thank you so much.
Дякуємо Фенелі і в її і разом з нашими шановними колегами, які відкривали конференцію.
Together with the other keynote speakers, we would like to thank all the donors and sponsors who made it possible for us to arrange for this getting together. This is our tribe, this is our community, and now the community protecting us and defending us, Alexander Demenko, who represents the Ukrainian military officers. It's a great honor for me to have a say at this conference representing our community. And today and tomorrow we will discuss united forces for new ideas and new opportunities. Now is high time when we have to act as one powerful fist, developing democracy, opposing our principal opponents and right radicalist movements inside. And we are the people who have to use our intellect, our reason instead of our power. And I hope that in the course of these 2 days, we'll find new ideas, we'll have new opportunities, and we, as I hope, will be able to implement all that in our everyday work. Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Thank you, Alexander, for defending us. And now, Oleg Alyukhin, head of our technical committee and association LGBT League, Liga, and co-chair of LGBT Consortium. I'm a bit nervous because it's not the first time I'm opening this conference, but every year I'm nervous. It's my first time. So, dear participants, partners and allies, esteemed guests, on behalf of the technical committee of the 18th National LGBT Conference and as a co-chair of National LGBT Consortium, I would like to thank you for your resilience and for being there for us and being here, regardless of all the risks, all the fatigue and hardships of war. I would like to start my conversation in an unusual way. I would like to quote a very important person in my book, in my life. This is Margaret Thatcher. Let me quote, we have to build a society where every citizen can implement one's potential for one's own good and for the community in general. Energy and economical payoff. We have to encourage not to curtail the diversity of human nature. This is not a piece of political philosophy. This is a practical benchmark, because without a clear vision of future, present day can burn out very easily. That's why we are forged by struggle, but we are fighting for dignity. It's about human being not hiding in this country, not hiding voice or identity, and we're working for that together. It's not an ideal society that we have in mind. We want a real, diversified, complicated, sometimes uncomfortable but fair society where human dignity is not a slogan but a basic foundation. without any exceptions, without any compromise. And I would like all of us to understand that LGBTQ plus people are fighting not just stigma and discrimination. They are fighting for their potential in medical care, education, defense, public sector, culture, governmental institutions, those who are holding the line for us at the front line. And it is not about proving that we do exist. This is about talking about self-fulfillment and the impediments in this way, making this country different. These 2 days are not about some general arrangements. This is a test for our ability to negotiate, to come to terms, to listen, to take responsibility and progress together, not despite diversity, but thanks to diversity. I would like to thank everyone here. I would like to thank all the people who have joined us online, and have a great conference and have a very open and honest conversation, constructive and reading of illusions. And using this opportunity as head of the technical committee, I have the honor to announce our traditional sentence to utter it. The 18th National LGBTQ plus conference in Ukraine is officially open.
Дякую.
Дякую,
Thank you
Олеже.
very much. Thanks, Oleg. And now we would like to invite to this stage some person who talks mission, goals and strategies. Sviatoslav Sheremet will announce the rationale. He will discuss the rationale of things that we are trying to do, the goals and objectives for the conference specifically. The floor is yours.
Мене звати Святослав Шеремет, я представляю...
Thank you, Hanna. Dear colleagues, I'm Svetoslav Sheremet. I'm a representative of the National LGBT Consortium, which is one of the organizers of this conference. And in a moment, I will announce who we are. We are a team, that's right. And when we are looking for an answer who we are shaping our future. If a person sees his or her future as a researcher, he or she works in that direction. If a person wants to be a champion, he or she becomes a champion. And who we are agents of changes, we are agents of, we are promoters of influence, and we are drivers in the direction of the future which we want to shape for this country. We want to develop and to live here. That's why we are forged by struggle, and we are united by freedom, and we have a vision for the future. Also, we are an expert voice, which actually helps the government, the parliament, those people who make decisions to rule, to govern this country with consideration of challenges. If you want to travel from point A to point B, you need to plan your route, and only in this case you will reach your destination. From the very beginning, when we just started our first conference some 18 years ago, at that time, we had developed a unique product, a road map of our LGBT communities up to 2030, and people were hugely surprised. And look, I see that much was reached, and many items from that roadmap were achieved. What is an umbrella for our today's meeting? We are under an umbrella of our vision for 2026. What are the objectives and tasks for our communities in the context of the government action plan? And we have to plan practically, to plan realistically in order to move forward in the next year. In our communities, we have many experts, we have influential people who will support implementation of our goals for the next year. All the ideas, all the ideas expressed here, all the views expressed here will be reflected in a unified document, and this will be politically important. This will be important from the programming point of view. We will disseminate the document which will be produced in result of this conference among the government, among civil society, among politicians, and all the stakeholders. So let us focus on formulating practical tasks and good vision. That is what is expected from us by our local communities and by our partners and donors. So the result that we would like to achieve in this country is a full civilian equality and comfort for LGBTIQ plus communities. As you see, the slogan of our conference, we are already forged by struggle and we are well united by freedom. Thank you. Thank you, Sviat.
Чому ні? Багато років це здавалося взагалі нереалістичне. Зараз ми подивимося на
many years it has been looking like impossible, but today we are here. In a moment, I will present the conference, then we will have a review of the past year, which will be moderated by Anna More. Then later today, we will split into two groups, Hall A is here, Hall B is upstairs. Please follow the signs. So Hall B will discuss the health issues, while here we will have a discussion on gender equality in the EU. The first will be held by Yulia Kvasnevska, the second by Irina Yuzek. Then we will come together again and we'll discuss how our community contributes to the reforms at the plenary session, and then there will be a family photo. If you want to see your portrait in history, don't forget about family photo. Then we will have evening sessions. Again, this will be two sessions in this room. We will have Nadia Yudaeva, who will moderate discussion on partnership with business, while the second section will be devoted to transgender community as part of LGBTIQ community, and it will be moderated by Yulia Familieva. Tomorrow, we will start at 9:30, a bit early, but still we will start at 9:30 from a review of the first day. Then we will have an important plenary session about visibility of our different communities in times of war. Then we will again split in breakout rooms and discuss two issues. One will be discuss health and welfare, while the second will discuss the impact of lesbian and bisexual women. Then we will come back together and discuss sectionality in plenary session. Then again, after lunch, we will have sexual and reproductive health of LGBT communities, and the second discussion will be about activism without communities and communities without activism. And after that, we will have a final discussion and summing up and wrap-up session and planning of the next year. And the very final, after this final session, we will wrap up at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Let's hope that by that time we will have electricity and we all will be safe. Let us express our willingness to stay united. I recollect the first pride parades. I recollect the first years when we had been doing first multicolor flags, etc. Each of us contributes much to our activism in this community. It is like a service. It takes not only working time, working hours. It takes a lot of personal time. It requires personal contribution. So I would like to thank you all that we help one another, that we support one another, and when we do not appreciate the people who were at the beginning of this movement, like Laima Haidar and summer camps in Poltava region.